Welcome to week number 3 of the 2023 fall season. It's Monday Night Madness. It's Limaland Motorsports Park. It's the Coast to Coast Racing League. Monday Night Madness, as always, brought to you by our friends at the Osh Weekend Speedway. We've got a fun one at this wide but also small dirt track. We get set to go for Rebels coverage. The B Division Rebels, brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. Fun race around the corner as we get set. So glad you could join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala with you alongside Brandon Dittmer, and the return of Happy Gilmer, Isaac Salas. He's back. He's been busy from work. He has had pedal issues. We're going to begin with you, man. How have you been, and how excited are you to return tonight?
I am so excited to be back. I'm kind of nervous, obviously. Get the feet wet in a sprint car again. So, but I'm also super excited just to get to hang out with you guys.
Well, Brandon, 2 weeks into the season, and Stephen Goldner took the win last week. Brandon Talbotton has the opening win. Those are the two drivers to watch out for. Goldner is in Heat 1. He could start on pole and possibly lead all 30 laps.
Yeah, and starting on pole here is so important. It's such a great spot, especially with this kind of a track. I mean, it's no secret how I feel about this place. It is not good, but that's quarter miles in general. So, but I like to have fun here. We'll see what happens.
Well, we are set to go racing for heat race number 1. It's brought to you by our friends at Flatline Racing Bodies. Here's your starting lineup. It's Devo Donovan Ross on pole position. Remember, this is the track he won his first ever Rebel race at Limaland. Next to him, it's Dean Reynolds in the number 79, giving us some wheelies as always. Row number 2, Roger Craig, the Bassman in the 747, next to Jeff Flero in the 200. Joe Canellis, the number 1, inside of row number 3. And next to him, last week's winner, Stephen Goldner in the 30. And in row number 4, Gentleman Jack in the 217. And actually, he's by himself. Connor Ross was supposed to start second. No call for him to grid. But a great car count, just about 24 drivers here with us. So Devo and Dino set to bring us to the green flag. Winner starts on pole this evening. Glad he could join us for Monday Night Madness. Heat 1's underway. Dean high on corner rocks in contact with him and Roger Craig. Craig luckily able to save it. That puts him outside the top 4. But a nice pass for Dean for the race lead. He leads the opening lap. It's 3 wide out for the top spot. Goldner looks for bite. Dean is sideways. Goldner is sideways. What a save by Dean and Steven. And Devo is around. What a race for the lead here, Isaac.
Yeah, we're 3 wide through 1 and 2 here, and that outside momentum is going to carry Dean hopefully to the higher groove. Goldner's battling back on the bottom though.
Both lanes working well. Goldner throws the sled. Oh, Dean's up on the wall and takes out Flero. And that's a tough break. Dean just got up a little bit too high, Brandon, and cost him a lot of time. He now goes down to 5th.
He got super loose in the middle of 1 and 2, and as he came out, he got really tight and then went straight up to the wall, unfortunately, and that's going to end his night as he pulls off.
So he'll have to start for the back of the feature, same with Donovan Roth. But it's all Stephen Goldner as he pulls away from Jack In and Roger Craig. Goldner last time by 11.98, but it's the Bassman and Hit for the second spot here, Isaac. We've got 2 to go.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that the wall is really sucking these guys in if they make contact with us. So they're just gonna have to be worried, just worry about that a little bit in the back of the mind. But here comes Roger trying to make that bottom work.
1 lap to go in our opening heat race. As it's Stephen Goldner out in front of Jack Hit, Roger Craig, and Jeff Flero. Here they come off at turn 4. Goldner takes the checkers and wins heat 1. Hit second, Craig third, Flero 4th, Canellas 5th. Reynolds 6th, and the Rosses finish 7th and 8th. So now we move on here to heat race number 2, brought to you by Langdon Mechanical, the official heating and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area, and the official HVAC company of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Heat race number 2 has Greg Parmalee on pole position. Next to him, it's the number 94 of Gary Offut. Row number 2, the Laker, Lance Ripka in car number 5. Next to him, it's the 125 of the Ripper, Lance Ripka. Row 3, Kyle Sargent in car number 91. Next to the 218 of Superman, Kurt Schatzer. Rounding out the field, row 4 on the inside, the 46 of Joe Backus. And to the outside, the 31 of B-Temp, Brandon Templeton. So ready for the green in heat race number 2. 1 lap to take it. Winner starts outside of the front row, next to Stephen Gollner. Parmalee and Offut bring us to the green flag. And here we go. 4 wide for second. You gotta be kidding me. And it didn't end well. Yeah, Templeton luckily able to keep it straight, but it's Parmalee that leads lap number 1. Ripka and Sargent, Hoosier to Hoosier for second. And Brandon, I think Sargent may get the bite off at turn 4.
I'm forgetting who's who. Oh yeah, Sargent on the bottom. Yeah, he's got something working down there. But that top momentum is just too much, I feel like. Especially this early.
3-car race for the lead as we've completed 3 laps. Quickest car that time was Sargent in the 91 on 12:26. Nearly hooks the left rear of Parmalee. But Ripka may have a run here, Isaac. It's 3 wide for the lead.
Yep, I was about to say, here comes Ripka, high, wide, and handsome around the top here, and it's just going to be that momentum carrying him around.
Ripka ripping it on the hot and shield high line, and he takes the point away, stunning Parmalee and Sargent. Krupa 4th, Backus 5th, off at 6th, Schatzer 7th, and Templeton in 8th. And the Ripper, quickest lap last time by Brandon, a 12:04, making a 12:03 this time with 2 to go.
So it was Krupa?
Ripka.
Oh, Ripka. Oh yeah, he's tearing it up out there.
Meanwhile, go ahead.
With nobody close, he's just doing what he wants.
Race for second, Parmalee and Sargent. Race for 4th, Krupa and Backus. A great race to the checkered flag of the Yen. It is Sargent for second, and I think it was Backus for 4th as Krupa tried the counter.
What a fun little slide job battle they had there for the final transfer spot as well.
Absolutely. As we now move to Heat 3, brought to you by Top Notch Trucking in Minot, North Dakota. The service is always top-notch, official trucking company of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Row number 1, the mayor, Steve Bixler, and next to him, it's slide job, Isaac Salas back in the number 5. Row number 2, B-Rad, Brad Wait in the 814. Next to him, it's Shaggy, Zach Chapman in the 72. Row 3, it's Daniel Vaught in car number 180, next to the 70, driven by Mike Cranmer. Rounding out the field in heat race number 3, it's the 122 of Brian Dickens. So field rolls off here. Isaac, good luck in this heat.
I appreciate it.
So we've got the mic turned off here on Isaac. Brandon, what do you expect here for this heat race?
More of the same. The top side just really come in here, and once you get momentum, it's hard to stop you unless somebody pulls up right in front of you on a slide job. So it's either gonna be slide job city or a one-man band.
Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. We'll give you a shout out live and on the air. Winner starts inside of row number 2. Bixler and Salas. Here we go. High side was the place to be. Salas 3 wide. His weight looked low. Up in the wall is Zach Chapman. Easy saves it luckily. Salas leads the opening lap. Weight low for second on Bixler. Can he get the bite here, Brandon?
He's that bottom side has not been working all night, but he's kind of keeping it up there next to Bixler, but Bixler's just got that run down every stretch and has the edge into every corner.
Allowed Chapman to close in for second, but Brian Dickens, quickest driver on the track. He tries to thread the needle, 3 wide for the 4th spot. And man, Dickens just said, thank you very much, boys and girls. I'll take it from here, but now he's 3 wide up top.
Dickens loves to throw it in there when you're not expecting it, and then he'll take full advantage if you're not paying attention. And he's proved it right there.
He may try it once again off of turn 2. Bixler taps the wall. Dickens still in the neutral groove. Near contact. Dickens had to get off the binders. Now he's 3 wide up top and may lose a lot of spots. It's, oh my goodness, a 5-car race for second. This is insane, Spider Monkey.
Yeah, especially with the little bit of bobble from Bixler, he really had to slow down, and that really bottled all those 5 together. And now, I'm all under a blanket. This could be hectic coming to the end.
Va in Bixler. Wing to wing for the 2nd spot. What does Way have possibly for 2nd and 3rd? White flag is out. Final lap underway. Dickens sends it in there on Way. Takes away the 4th spot. You know who's going to win the heat. It's Solis. Zach Chapman goes around. Coming off for 4. Vaught 2nd. Bixler 3rd. Dickens 4th. Way 5th. My, oh my. Just imagine what we could see in this feature tonight, guys. It is going to be insane. Let's step aside here. Oshweekend Speedway warm-up taking place. Feature coming up next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Warm-up's just about wrapped up here, and it's Kyle Sargent, the quickest, at a 12:12. It's a couple thousandths over Isaac Salas. As we are just about ready to go for 30 laps around Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's meet the field in the catalytic recovery starting lineup. On the pole, Stephen Goldner in car number 30. Next to him, it's Lance Ripka, the Ripper in the 125. Row number 2, it's Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5, and Gentleman Jack Hitt in the 217. Row number 3, Kyle Sargent in the 91, and Daniel Vaught is in the 180. Row number 4, the Bassman, Roger Craig in the 747, and Greg Parmalee in the 4. Row number 5, rounding out the top 10, the Mayor, Steve Bixler in the 75, and Jeff Flero in the 200. Row number 6, Joe Backus in the 46, and Brian Dickens in the 122. Row number 8, Joe Canellis, Joe Durr in the 1, and John Krupa, the Laker, is in the 5. Row number 8, Brad Waite in the 814, and Dean Reynolds in car number 79. The rest of the field looks like this. Gary Alpha and Shaggy Zach Chapman in row number 9. Devo, Donovan Ross and B-Temp, Brandon Templeton, row 10. Mike Cranmer, Canada Connor Ross, that's row 11. And Superman, Kurt Schatzer, starts from the back in the 22nd position. Isaac, best of luck, brother.
Awesome. Thank you, fellas. I'll try to put on a show here.
Alrighty. Pick to win here this evening, Brandon?
Oh, I hate to sound biased, but I think I might go good old Happy Gilmore.
Alrighty, we'll see what happens as we get ready to go for the Lucy Olsen start. Steven Goldner, Lance Ripka on the front row. We're ready to go racing. 30 laps at Limaland. Bugle, let's get it on. Just imagine what these starts are going to be like as the field is through 3 and 4.
Ooh,
3 wide
wrecking
again.
3.
Brad Waite has spun, and same with John Krupa. And yellow lights are on. Connor Ross gathered a piece of that too. Take a look at the replay and see what happened. This was at the back of the pack. Rick Flero with Cyrus. They were nearly 5 wide. At one point, Wake goes head on. Krupa gets turned off of Connor Ross. Looks like Schatzer may have gotten a small piece of that too. Right on board here with Brad. Yeah, just had no room at all. We also have John Krupa. Let's get a piece of him too. You see Flero and Dickens touched. There was already some damage on the tail. And man, nowhere to go was the Laker. So they make their way back out onto the racetrack. We'll try this restart again, and this time it's single file. Goldner, Ripka, Salas, Hit, and Sargent bring us back to green.
Did I hear not going? I heard not going.
Not going. So that'll take the second lap, I believe, off the board.
No, it will not. We never got started. Delayed green, which we're going right back to green now.
Okay. So this will be lap,
Never mind. They're extending it one more time.
this will be lap number 2. And go 1 lap until we take the green flag once again. Good calls there, Spider Monkey. I can't listen to the race control chatter because we're obviously doing this.
I don't have the race control chatter. Since I accidentally registered for the session, I'm getting my spotter in my ear again.
Gotcha. All right, anyway. Now they catch up to the pace car. So another delayed restart here. I believe they're trying to get everybody all bunched up and catch up to that pace truck.
The pace laps go extremely quick here, and if you're not ready to go, it's going to be a world of hurt.
All right, I think we're good now. Let's see. Goldner holds serve. Salas looks low for the second spot on Ripka. Can he take it? Not yet. They're still side by side into turn number 3. Ripka again ripping the top. Very good at it. Salas takes second at the start-finish line. He wants the lead from Goldner here, Brandon.
He's staying right down there in that little tacky part right next to the Tory tires, and it's working out for him real well. Hopefully he can keep that up in the long run.
Quickest car on the track with a 1204, but he hits the inside Tory tire, and he saves it. Luckily, he wants the yellow flag to come out now, and he is down in the 7th position. Lost so much time going for the lead, just got way too low.
I'm sorry, Isaac.
And So it's Skulner and Ripka out in front. Jack Hitt now rounds out the podium. Sargent wants to take away the third spot. On board with him, and Sargent may think about the slider. No, holds the middle groove, and Hitt hangs on to the bottom step of the podium for right now. Caution, Jeff Flero. And also hearing Joe Canellis. There he is in the background in turn number 3. Take a look and show you what happened with the driver of the 200. Ooh, Parmalee lost it, and they just simply hooked wheels. Man, Backus is so lucky to just barely save it. And Canellis was already committed to the outside with a guy below him. Right on board with Flero.
You know, Isaac, just because I was saying you were running near the Tory tires did not mean I say hit it.
Let's go on board here with Canellis. Racing Templeton for a spot. Yeah, and Templeton was already to his inside. There was nothing that the tin can do except for hang on. So 1 to green should be, we should be in a double file restart.
Yes, this should be double file.
Goldner selects the high side for this restart, a mission 22 restart that we will watch from the Chapman Racing drone as we come back to the green flag. Nice restart out of the driver of the 30. Let's see if Sargent can get the high side to work. Ripka switches up to the top, tries to shut the door on the 91. Gives the 91 a lane. Should be interesting here. As you see as well, a lane from Salas. It's 3 wide for second briefly. As
Contact in the back.
yeah, there was contact. We go to caution flag again. And it was Mike Cranmer and Gary Offutt around. Let's see what happened between the two of them. Oh, Connor did a wheelie over Dean. And Parmalee with no front wing hits Mike Cranmer, and it's just a stack up.
Yeah, I was just about to say Greg has no front wing on that thing.
Let's see here. Watch this. Watch Connor. Woo! Taking a page out of Dino's playbook. There you see a look at the front wing of Parmalee, how there's some damage. Dean had some slight bumper damage on his ride. Cranmer gets a quick repair, then we'll come back out on the racetrack. We'll try this restart once again. I think the biggest loser in all that was Isaac Salas, as he could have been in 4th if not 3rd.
Unfortunately, just the way it crumbles sometimes.
So they actually did count the lap. Sargent in 2nd as we come back to the green. Good restart for the driver of the 30. 3 wide, maybe 4 wide for 2nd. It's 3 wide for 3rd. Head on the top shelf. Ripka in the middle. Salas wants bite. Nearly hits the Tory tire once again. And Salas in the line has 3rd. But Hitt has the preferred groove up on the corner exit. Can he get it to work? Still 3 wide with Daniel Vaught watching this one.
Isaac's got a lot of grip there in the bottom of the green floor. Oh, sideways, big contact.
And Connor is in it, same with Joe Backus. Luckily, nobody flipped. We go to yellow. That's a tough break for Ripka. I think he may be able to retain his spot, though, because he technically did not spin, but there is a lot of damage on that 125, including on the top wing.
Man.
In the middle, 3. Go ahead.
I'm looking to see who he checked up for, and I
Jack
just
Hitt.
missed it. Yeah, he checked up for Jack Hitt, and yeah, nobody else is expecting that, so everybody's just gonna go right into him.
Roger Craig gathering a piece of that, the 747 on board with Backus. Zach Chapman, I don't even think hit anything, and he was legit as close as you could get to the scene of the crime. So should be our final double file restart coming up here on lap number 13 of 30.
I believe that's correct, yes.
Again, Goldner selects the high side. Just take a look at how slick this track is. Racetracks in Sunset CC, Dean Reynolds back to green. Nearly 3 wide for second once again. Sargent holding the second spot, but it's still Stephen Goldner out in front. Does Hitt try to thread the needle this time? Yes, he does. Dickens may have a possible opening. Salas nearly gets second at the stripe. Everyone, most of the drivers here up high. Sargent nearly cracks the wall in turn 3. And Salas, I think, may have edged him out for second at the stripe, Brandon. I don't know, though.
I believe he did, yes. He's getting really good runs off of 4, and he's beating them down the front chute, so.
But hitting
Hey,
that U-tire, though, in 3 cost him, though. And again and again.
Got that inside tour tire again.
Just helps out Jack Hitt take the 3rd spot. So Salas drops down to 4th. Other races. Connor Ross rebounding after that wreck. He's in the 7th spot. Jack Hitt nearly with contact on Salas. May cost him a spot. Dickens sends it underneath. Looks for the 3rd spot. He puts Hitt on the wall. And around goes the 122. Hitt luckily able to keep it straight, but he has damage to the front wing. Oh, and
somebody else got
Canellas
collected late.
caught up in it.
Oh.
Arca breaks for the driver of the 1. Let's get a close-up of that shot. So Dickens sent it in and just squeezed it up a little bit too much. But then Wake gets a piece of it, but here it comes with a big lick. Canellas was already coming into the outside once again. And that's the wild ride of every one here. Canellas captures the worst of it. He is up top on Ripka for position. Rex already have, so he should be slowing down by now. Doesn't see it until now.
Yeah, that's what I was a little confused by. He's not slowing down for this caution. It's been out for
A couple of seconds.
a couple seconds. And, yeah. Hit to the pits. It's weird. I know a couple of drivers like that at Knoxville on the weekly basis who don't see a caution.
So we are actually going to double this restart up again.
Oh, interesting.
So we are back to green. Stephen holds serve. Look at Connor Ross. From spinning to a podium spot. He could get second off in turn 2. And he does. What a blinding restart for Canada Connor, who takes away the 2nd spot. I think that crate sprint helped him out.
I haven't even seen Ross come up to the field. Where did he come from?
And Dina's crashed yellow.
Oh, Dino.
Bixler caught up as well. And I think the low side has gone away because Salas has switched up to the top shelf.
The bottom side for Isaac was really only working in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 he couldn't get a lot going, but he's having trouble getting to the bottom of 3 and 4 now too.
He just lost it by himself, and back is caught up. Bixler, nowhere to go. He's right on board with Dean. Get a better idea on board. Yeah, a little bit too much gas in the center of the corner, I believe. So 10 laps to go, coming to 9 this time. And let's remember as well, as we come back to green, again, it's a double file restart. Interesting. Remember, Connor Ross did a wheelie off of Dean Reynolds. Now he's in the 2nd spot. He is up 22nd to 2nd. So we're back to green.
Should be the last double file. This should be at under 10 to go after this.
Salas again on the high side, up to 2nd. Is he able to clear Connor, though, off at turn number 4? And could he have something possibly for Stephen Goldner? Salas edges him out for P2 at the line. On board with slide job. He may have something for the 30. Decides to go low. Slide job. Salas has been forever since we said that, but it doesn't work. Goldner picks up a couple car lengths, Brandon.
Yeah, and that's the problem with the slide job. If you know you're not gonna get it, you have to whoa your car down. You're just gonna lose all that momentum. But there's plenty of time left. Isaac's a pretty patient driver, so he's gonna work his way back up.
Just look at some of these names that started from the, oh, Trouble Templeton sideways, but he saves it. He was up 18 spots at the time. Schatzer's up 20, Ross is up 18, Chapman's up 13 with 6 laps to go here, Brandon.
And Schatzer's kind of like trying to do that little slider line on Isaac, and he's kind of almost making it work, but he's just not able to clear him out of the corners. Isaac back to the bottom.
5 laps to go here. And Steven Goldner is checked out. A yellow flag is out, and it's not over. Ripka spins. That erases Goldner's 1.6 second lead.
So I'm a little confused. It's saying it's going to be a double file restart, but I wonder if since it's inside 10 laps, it'll automatically take it to single.
Oh, he wheelied off of Ripka. Caught the wall. He just had no grip and no steering.
Ooh. Been there, done that. Just not a fun time.
Gets the back of Ripka, yeah. Nothing else he could have done. Just was not able to check up in time with the Laker being too close to him. All right, lights are off. We're coming back to green. A 4-lap shootout to determine the winner of this one, Brandon. What does Salas have for Steven Goldner?
It's either he's going to have to wait for Goldner to make a mistake on that top side or send an absolute haymaker of a slider very quickly.
Goldner's bringing the field low for this restart. Oh, somebody wrecked, I think. If not, lost the top wing. Nope, we stay green. Here we go. Salas again. The slide job works for him. Goldner counters it back. 3 laps to go. Goldner throws the slider back. He's got the lead. And the cream is rising to the top. Salas tries the slider once again. He gives Goldner the... Oh! Goldner's flipping! Caution waves! What the hell just happened?
Oh my god.
Wow. The dominant car here is out. Let's take a look. So Salas threw a slider from out. Ah, yes. He just slid up into Goldner's lane. That's what it looked like. Just briefly there, right on board. Tried. Oh, that may have been netcode actually. That may have been a netcode situation.
Let me go back and take a look
Because
at her.
if you look on the onboard camera that we have, we replay this in slow-mo, that may have been some netcode contact.
Let me get to
Ooh,
the view here.
Way too close to tell if that was netcode, but unfortunate to see that with Steven Goldner. As we are back to green, 2 laps to go for Isaac Salas. This time he's got Superman on his back bumper. Salas looking to become the 3rd different winner of the season. Company, though, comes from Kurt Schatzer. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. It's been weeks since he's run on Monday nights. The Super Nerd Car Series, Venom Racing, number 5, wrecking behind, off for 4. Salas to the, wait a second, did we take the checkers? We did. Salas the win, everybody going crazy behind them.
I saw something I didn't like going in that last corner.
Let's take a look. Let's watch. This is Krupa in the 5. White flag's already out and Krupa lost it. Now somebody was flipping. I don't know who it was. Oh, someone had a tire further back. And I think, is that Goldner? That is. Now he is raced. That's a midget right now. That is a 600 micro sprint. And he stopped the car in the tire. Can you just imagine if that actually hit somebody? That actually DQ'd himself from the race.
Oh, did it really?
Actually, no, I lied. I take that back. I don't know. The race was already over, so. But top 3 have taken their photo. And we will get right to the interviews here. Let's start off with Shaggy Zach Chapman. Well, Zach, 18th to 3rd, just took advantage of all the mistakes that happened. Walk us through the chaos of this race.
Yeah, man, definitely survival. Just trying to avoid all the slide jobs and all the chaos. I did get into one of the accidents, but I was lucky that I think I hit him square enough on the right side that the spotter didn't come over and tell me I had any wheel damage. So, like I say, just lucky enough to hang on, and I definitely had a fast setup tonight, and I'm starting to figure these things out a little bit.
I thought you actually didn't hit him. I thought you just barely missed it, as close as you could get.
Well, I may have just missed it, but according to iRacing, I did get the incident points. So I may have been predictive code that gave it to me, but I definitely got the incident points. And speaking of that, when all that caution confusion was going on, I'm sure you guys were looking at it wondering what was going on. I got to apologize to Gary Offit. I spun him under the caution when everybody checked up. So I'm real sorry about that, Gary. Definitely didn't mean to do that, man.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Shout outs to all you guys. Lord knows I'm one of the ones who are going to go back and listen to this. I love listening to you guys call it. It's enjoyable to go back and watch. Shout out to all my Gambler teammates, Connor and Daniel racing this one. Connor did real well tonight. Him and I were in the same setup. He made it work a little better than I did. He's always really good. I'd like to thank my dad for sponsoring, and last but not least, my wife for always letting me do this.
Who do you want to give shout outs? Oh, you already just did it. I'm sorry. We'll let Sorry. Reading some stuff on my phone. We'll let you go. Great job.
Yep, take it easy. Good one, Isaac.
So that's Zach Chapman, our 3rd place finisher. 2nd place, Connor Ross. Wow. Canada Connor, you missed the heat race. You started in 22nd. I asked Zach the chaos of this one. Man, how were you able to make your way up through, even after doing a wheelie at one point?
Yeah, it was pretty hectic. My computer randomly shut off, so I must have had a blown motor or something that the crew found after hot laps. But I feel sorry for Kurt because I didn't mean to do that. I was faster than him, and I thought he entered in higher, so I threw the slider. I didn't realize he was tight to my right rear, so apologies go out to him. But no, he had to keep her nose clean after the first few laps. All the incidents, it was kind of hard to, but just kind of keep your head up and dig, and that's what we did.
Was the car damaged a little? I mean, we see it from bumper damage, but was it a little more difficult to steer after you did the wheelie after the floor hit the ground?
Yeah, for sure. The car was a completely different car in one end of the corner. 1 and 2, it was felt pretty good, and in 3 and 4, there was just I just couldn't turn in. It was really tight, and I tried to play with the wing, but then that would upset turn 1, and it was still pretty crap in turn 3 and 4. So I set it back and kind of just played with the throttle and seen what I could do better.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
I got to give a shout out to Zach. He sent me this setup, and I rolled in with it and didn't make a lap in it. And I guess I made 20, 30 pretty good laps to pass 20 cars. So I got to thank him. I got to thank all the Gambler Motorsports, John, Steven, Zach, Aiden, Daniel, Jeff. I got to thank Burger Barn, Petra Plus, H1 Construction, Kingpin Farms, Pesky Penguin. You guys for putting on an amazing broadcast. Roger for putting on Coast to Coast again, and congratulate Isaac on the win.
Alrighty, we'll let you go. Great job.
Thank you.
To victory lane to go to talk with your winner, Isaac Salas. Isaac, I think we know what the story is on this one. The slider on Stephen Gollner. Just walk us through your perspective.
Well, I just try to get it all the way clear to the wall. But I don't know if I know that I got pretty indecisive. So I know I was there, but I don't know if I was like truly in his line. So, but by the crash, I'm taking it that I probably was. So yeah, like my sincere apologies to Goldner there, but yeah.
So we actually just took a look at a close-up on the shot, and we saw an onboard of Goldner earlier. We can determine that the contact was because of neck hold, but probably if you slid up, you probably would have gotten into him. But the cause of the contact there was a netcode situation. I don't know if that helps you feel any better or anything like that, but you had a fast hot rod. From the top to the bottom, you found a little moisture early on in the bottom. Did it just stop working late in the race?
I just knew that I was gonna need to learn how to run the high side eventually, and that at some point during it, I was just gonna need to commit to being up top, and I figured the more laps that I had up top, the better chance I had kind of figuring out how to run it up there with the setup, and I probably could have got 2 more laps out of the bottom, 3 more laps out of the bottom, but I just figured it was time.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Yeah, big shout out to all those guys over at Venom Racing, Dean the Super Air Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, got your 6 Racing Network, RS and Trackside with you. I still got my koozie with me, so don't worry. Mission 22, everything that they do for our veterans, my Gramps and Top Notch Trucking, everybody here in Coast to Coast that races and runs it and just makes this possible during the week. And then thank you guys for the broadcast. I'm excited to be back. And yeah, thanks to our veterans, and then thanks to my friends and my family that watch.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Keep you in here, I should say. Congratulations on the win. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So Isaac Salas, the winner here tonight at Limaland. Let's pull up the results. As we mentioned, Zach Chapman from 22nd to 2nd. We actually had 5 drivers pick up at least 10 spots. Connor Ross, Zach Chapman, Kurt Schatzer went up 18 spots to finish in the 5th position. Templeton up 12 spots to 8th. Donovan Ross up 10 to 9th. Here's a look at 11th through 20th. Obviously, the heartbreak goes to Stephen Gollner in that one. Lance Ripka also had a really fast car, and same with Jack Hitt. And that is how the rest of the field finished. Alrighty, so we will step aside here. When we come back, it's Renegades time on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
For Lucy Olsen, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are getting ready to go for Renegades competition. Renegades is brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Drivers are still getting loaded up here as we are moments away from race time. Let's welcome you all back into the booth here. Mari Scala alongside Brandon Dittmer and Isaac's chair and trophies. Let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. And we've got a quiet chat. Come on, people. Say something in the chat, dang it. And we'll give you a shout out on the air.
It is a very quiet night, isn't it?
I don't know what people were doing on a September 25th.
Well, Marty, according to your heading on the stream, it is September 248th of 2023.
Patrick, you got some explaining to do. And Patrick had the title originally as Week 3 Wheat Sport. That's not till next week. We can't wait as well for Wheat Sport too. We are so dang excited to go to Wheat Sport next Monday.
Yeah, I told you I was doing a broadcast.
Isaac, you have a guest with us for the air?
Yeah, no, she won't be on the frickin' air. She
Well, she's
whooped
on
my
the air
ass before
now.
that. I know, you can still see her.
Yes, we can.
I shit you not, I have dirty ass laundry all over and she's just like in the fucking room.
Isaac, we're on the air!
Oh, we're actually on the air?
Yes,
We'll come
we are
back.
back on!
Come here, come back. She needs to freaking be a part of the broadcast then. Let's
Oh
go.
my gosh, Isaac. We apologize, guys. Oh my
Sorry.
gosh.
This is what I get for taking care of friends and all that.
This is what you get for when we come back on the air and you're not here.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm not sorry, but I apologize.
Oh, man.
Ah, so we got a full field today.
A full Rebels field. Don't know about Renegades yet, but my, what a race that was in
Oh, that's funny, guys.
yes. So, but as what we were saying before that all happened, you excited for Weed Sport next week, Brandon?
I am excited for Weed Sport. It is one of my favorite tracks. In sprint car, I'm not overly great at it. In a midget, I'm really good in it. But it's still a very fun track. 1 and 2 is extremely tricky, and I absolutely love it about it. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Isaac, you excited for Weed Sport next Monday night?
Oh, absolutely. I kind of struggle when it comes to sprint cars at Weed Sport, but I love them in modified. So obviously, I just love Weed Sport.
I think it's the first time since I began doing Monday Night Madness that we have actually done a race at Weed Sport on Monday nights. I know I've done the Thursday night edition with the modifieds, but to see sprints and have the drivers decide they want Weed Sport, that is awesome. I am excited, and the best part about it is
Fun. You want a fun fact?
best part about it is real quick. Best part about it is next week is Super Dirt Week, so having it the day before the unofficial kickoff race for Super Dirt Week is pretty cool. So, what's your fun fact?
I was about to say that exactly, but
Really?
I think, yeah. But another one I guess we have is we've actually had the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars at Weed Sport
Yes, we have.
in the least amount of time before we've done a race at Weed Sport.
That is correct. They have had, since I began doing this, 5 no, is it 5? Let's see here. Yes. I think.
Yeah, it's 5.
I think 5, yeah. 5 races at Weed Sport. This is the first one. And if we keep this going within a calendar year, we'll have more races. Oh, no, we'll have under 2. So, unless Weed Sport gets rained out next year. So, Gary's watching. He's begging for the
Don't say the R word. Don't you be saying the R word, Marty. No.
I don't want to be saying it for next week. However, though, I do have to admit, weather reports for next week at Super Dirt Week look pretty good. How good?
Okay.
I mean, really, really good. Let's see here.
Sunny and 75.
Oh my gosh. All pretty much every day is sunny. Every day is pretty much going to be in the 70s. So, it is a shorts weekend at Super Dirt Week. That's my favorite type of Super Dirt Week. I mean, yes, it's fall. Yes, I understand having to wear long clothing on Super Dirt Week weekend, but at the same time, I like my warm weather. So
Can't help but to love good warm weather.
yes, absolutely. Isaac's back. Keep in mind we're on the air.
I know. Well, I didn't realize I was gonna have company, so I.
All right, let's talk about the action. I know we're 5 minutes away from coming on the air. Right now, Tyler Wilson is quickest in competition with a 1077. Patrick Spangler second at 1096. Gary Taylor third, 1097. Bob DeGood fourth, 1098. Jesse Bandy in 11 flat. As we look at the standings coming on in on Renegades competition, you probably saw a couple moments ago scrolling under the bottom line. But Patrick Spangler at the moment, a 2-point advantage on Kurt Schatzer. Keep in mind we may not be seeing a lot of drivers with us here tonight. Especially Blake,
What's the Pro Series?
Especially Blake Champion.
Yeah,
yes,
Pro
it's
Series.
Road to Pro. It's night 1 of Road to Pro in advance for the World of Outlaw Sprint Car season, beginning up in December, January or so.
Did you say including Blake Chapman?
I believe so. I know Blake Chapman likes to try the Road to Pro.
Yeah.
So this
Somebody else is going to have a chance to win.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But Patrick Spangler.
I'm surprised Patrick's here. To
No,
be honest
he
with
left. He left.
you.
He
Oh,
left
okay.
again.
Oh, Spangler
I
left.
thought Tyler was going to join him too, but Tyler joined back. So
I know that both Patrick and and Blake last time they did it they actually did pretty well. I know that neither of them qualified, but I know they did pretty well in it.
But anyway, we've got Terry Landis on track. I think the only guy on track right now as we speak. And this is
Fry's
actually
also on track.
And this is actually interesting. In the Cup Next Gen, he is actually tied for the race for the points lead in after 2 races with Bob Light. That Next Gen series right now, after 2 races, yes, I know we're 2 weeks in, but it is tight. I mean, Landis,
It's fun too.
Landis and Light are tied. Olsen a point behind. I mean, that's just crazy. So, and this week it's Texas. Next week they have Talladega. So, Gary says he can't chat bacon for the big race tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow night is High Limit at Lernerville, the Commonwealth Clash. I was considering going to that one, but I actually will not be going as I have to be in Pittsburgh this weekend for the Pittsburgher. So, I wish I could. I'm a huge fan of what High Limit's doing. And where I normally sit up at Lernerville, it's probably gonna be taken by Dirty Mo Media. So I don't know. So, but I got a couple friends covering that race, and it should be fun. So
I bet High Limit's going to be a very, very fun race. Is that the last race of High Limit?
I don't think so. Let me look.
I don't think so either.
High Limit schedule. They got 3 races left. Lernerville tomorrow, Bridgeport October 3rd, and Lincoln Park October 10th.
Nice.
They need to come to New York. They would have some good races in New York. I mean, if it were, because it's flow, they would probably go off of all-star situation, so they would probably do either Outlaw, Weed Sport, or Utica Rome, I believe, or Fonda. I would say do it at Weed Sport or Fonda.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So, but practice is done here at Limaland. The car count is set at 18 drivers this evening. The Rebels win again. So let's meet the field for heat race number 1, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. On the pole position for our first of 3 heats, the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in car number 21. He's next to the Moose, Joe Musso in the 63. Row 2, the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 161, next to the Captain Gary Taylor in the 34. Row number 3, John Short in the 51, and Barry Goldner in car number 36. So Isaac, with all the experience you got out there on the track in heat race number 1, what do we expect?
Well, from the track state, I'm looking at, I think that bottom line is going to be able to hold a little bit longer here into the show. Obviously, watch for that high side momentum no matter what, but I want to say that bottom side is going to be a lot better throughout the heats.
Brandon? I think we may have lost
I think Brandon's gone.
Brandon's still in this chat, so... Alright, I think we're having some technical difficulties with Brandon. Either that or he went to go, Nope, he's actually AFK. So. 1 lap to green. Steve Cake Foundation pace truck commanding the field. And we have a lot of penalties here in this Renegades event tonight. So Terry Landis is the only driver that starts on the bottom. This is going to be interesting. Everybody else on the outside, and I think that all has to do with heat EOLs. But we're green. Landis to the point early, followed by Joe Musso. Taylor looks low for second, immediately finds the gap and puts the slider on him. The captain's in P2, Musso third, Barry Goldner fourth, and Kevin Fry and John Short. And Taylor wants that race lead on Landis here. Isaac?
Yeah, like I said, that bottom side's really good. It's all about how well your momentum can stick there, but just want to be careful here on the bottom. It's really easy to make mistakes as well.
looks like a majority of the drivers out here on track are retread drivers. You've got, I believe, Landis, Gary Taylor, I know is one of them. Not Joe Musso, not Kevin Fry, maybe Barry Goldner, and not John Short. And John Short's not even on the track. So, 2 laps complete. Quickest car is Joe Musso, and he wants the lead here, Brandon, on the Desert Demon.
Yeah, and he's going to go to work on that back bumper.
Oh!
Contact!
Nice save from Musso, but puts it down to 4th after setting the quickest lap of the day at 11:51. And Landis hangs on to the lead. And oh, Gary lost steering. He's flipping. I think his steering broke. Either that or his controller disconnected.
Oh no, he was broken.
How in the world did he break?
Oh, he slammed the outside wall out of 2. His right front was broken from the hit, and he had nothing. And
We'll check the replay in a bit, but Landis coming to the checkered flag. He takes the win in heat race number 1 on the pole. Kevin Fry 2nd, Joe Musso 3rd, Barry Goldner 4th, and Gary Taylor to finish 5th. Once this all shifts forward to heat 2, let's take a look real quick and show you what happened with Gary. Oh, he pancaked it. Yeah, the right front was shot. You see how loose it was. And he is just on for the ride. Luckily to see it landed on all 4 wheels.
Give me 1 sec, fellas.
All right, you take your 1 sec. We're ready for heat race number 2. Jesse Bandy on pole position. He's next to Bob DeGood in car number 7. Row number 2 is Tyler Wilson in the number 42. The Macho Man is next to the Money King, Kyle Moonen in car 24. Row 3 is Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218. And rounding out the field is the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Brandon, best of luck.
thank you, thank you.
So winner starts next to Terry Landis. Brandon's gonna do a wheelie for us. Oh, he didn't have the power. He didn't want to hit Kyle Moonen. Didn't want to hit Kyle, right? Yeah. Yeah. He says yeah.
All right, I am back, sirs.
Awesome, you're just in time. We're about ready to go green for heat race number 2. Bandy's got that Knight 49, Alex. Really nice. Looks to clear off in turn 2, which he does. Wilson and DeGood go at it for 2nd. Kyle Moonen looks top shelf. Stuck up in that 4th position. As DeGood wants the high side, Wilson cuts him off. Schatzer for 3rd. No, high side the place to be at the moment, Isaac.
Yeah, and it's right where Moonen's at, where he's just ripping the absolute berm, and that's going to be your fastest way around with all that momentum you can build up. But oh, watch out for Brandon.
Made some contact there with DeGood. We got a race for the lead. Wilson downstairs on Bandy doesn't work, but I think Wilson was the better car last time by. In fact, he was by 200ths. Again, trying low. Dittmer and Moonen just can't get the high side to work. I think it went away for them after they had to let off the throttle. So they're trying to get the tires back warm once again. We'll just have to see what happens. What can Wilson do to get Bandy for the lead? He can't have that accident like that anymore.
No, I'm just looking at. Oh, be careful up top there, Wilson. It's super easy to lose your momentum if you just get any bit too sideways, especially with how slick kind of that 3/4 line is.
Schatzer up in the 2nd spot. Nearly was able to finish on the podium until the last lap pass that Connor Ross made. As the white flag is out, 1 lap to go. Bandy with a good 3/4 of a second lead on Kurt Schatzer. You know who's going to win this heat. Who takes 2nd through 4th? They stay the same. Schatzer, Wilson, Andy Good. Moonen 5th, Dittmer 6th, and Bandy takes the win. One more heat on the night brought to you by Top Notch Trucking. Here's the starting lineup. Slide Jobs on the pole. Isaac Salas in the 5. Next to him, it's Cody Graham in car number 2.
Row 2, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39 and Canada Connor in the 35. Rounding out the field in row 3, a brand new paint scheme by the Bruton Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Next to him, it's Shaggy Zach Chapman. Isaac, best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
So winner starts inside on row 2. Brandon, interesting heat race there for you, man. It was just tough to gain momentum back after the contact.
Yeah, the top side was not working for me at all, and I got to that low side and I got around Moonin. Then I went right back to the top, hoping that there was something there that I was maybe missing that first time around, but there was just nothing, and I fell to the clutches back of Moonin.
Just a couple moments away from going green. Winner starts inside row 2. No call from Spangler or Ross to grid. So a 4-car heat race as we are good. Salas immediately a wheelie. I think he hit a tire, but he's able to take the lead. Barker low on Graham for the second position. Graham, the Rebels champ, off for 4. Has second at the line over Barker barely. Zach Chapman in 4th. He's a little bit sideways, but the race is on for P2 here, Brandon. Oh, they slightly touch.
And Graham has been doing really good lately. I think he took like the championship in the trucks and the Xfinity last season, and obviously the Rebels as well. So he's been on a really good roll, and he's feeling a lot of confidence. So I think that's going to help him a little later tonight. He might not be able to get back up to second right now, but I think he'll have plenty of work to do tonight.
2-car length advantage between Barker and Graham, but meanwhile, Brandon, Isaac is gone as we're halfway home in Heat 3.
Yeah, and always starting on the pole will help you every little bit, and he'll take it and run with it in stride. So, especially with what he's already learned from the Rebels feature, it's there's no stopping him right now.
3 laps to go, coming to 2 next time by. Closest gap is still Barker and Graham for second and third. Barker the biggest mover, up 3 positions. But I think just at this point, the drivers are just trying to just work on their lap times here and improve. These are pretty much practice laps. We got 1 to go.
Yeah, and it's a good time to do it too, but can't really try anything too scary because you lose 1 position, you lose 3 or 4 spots, certain spots in the feature, and that could be really detrimental to you if you get the wrong spot.
Salas, Barker, Graham, and Chapman. That's the top 4 as they finish heat race number 3. Time for the Osh Weekend Speedway warm-up watch. We'll step aside. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, we are moments away from our feature attraction. Bobby Good, the quickest in the warm-ups, 11:79. Ready to go racing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the field. Here is your catalytic recovery starting lineup. On the pole, the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 161. Next to him, it's the Vanderbilt Master, Jesse Bandy in the 49. Row 2 at Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5. Next to the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in the 21. Row 3, Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218. Next to the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Row 4, it's the Moose, Joe Musso in the 63. Next to the 42 of the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson. Rounding up the top 10, Cody Graham in the 2, next to Barry Goldner in the 36. Row 6, Bobby Good in the 7, and Chevy, Zach Chapman in the 72. Row 7, the captain, Gary Taylor in the 34, and Kyle Moon in the Money King in the 24. Row 8, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39, next to John Short in the 51. Rounding out the field, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83, and Connor Ross in 35. Field set to go green. I'll ask you guys this, although you guys are driving, who's your pick to win?
Bandy.
Bandy? Brandon?
Bandy.
I think Isaac can get it 2 times in a row.
All right.
Oh yeah, because that. Thanks.
Gents, good luck tonight. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
afterwards. 35 laps, 17 drivers at Limaland Motorsports Park. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? There's always a favorite. Pick it ASAP. We're ready to go green for the Lucy Olsen start. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? We're at Limaland. Landis is on the pole next to Bandy. It's showtime. Three wide as Salas hits the tire. Lap 1 led by Landis, but here comes Jesse Bandy. On the high side, can he get the lead? No, he scraped the wall, a bad exit, and Salas looks for the 2 spot. Tries to get that bite off the corner. He loses 3rd. Bandy, top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Tries to go for the late race lead. Back on the 164. He can't get it to work just yet. But now he's right next to the line. That's the same line Golder got. And you have a new leader. Bandy takes it to the line, but he rides the wall in turns 1 and 2. May lose 2nd to Schatzer. Landis takes the top spot back. Schatzer nearly made contact with a 49 and off at 4. Landis still does not have the lead, even while riding the wall in 1 and 2. Bandy hangs on for dear life. Landis is better on the low side off at 1 and 2. Bandy better up high off at 3 and 4. The 49 is able to clear. Schatzer still 3rd. Salas 4th. Jeff Barker rounds out the top 5. Best race on the track, it's Wilson and Musso for P6. Wilson utilizing the high groove around the racetrack. He clears Musso to take away the position. And 1 up in the wall, it's Zach Chapman in front of him, Kyle Moonin and Patrick Spangler. Schatzer off the high side for the 2nd spot on Terry Landis. And I think Schatzer edged him out the line. Now he did. 7 laps are complete. It's still Bandy, Schatzer, Landis, Salas, and Barker. Your top 5 in the back of the pack. We go 3 wide off the corner. Zach Chapman a little bit loose. Spangler just hopped back in the session. He's up 6 spots in the 9th spot, but a bad exit on the low groove, which he's been successful at a lot this week. And this season, 3 wide with Moonin in the middle. Chapman with the advantage in the 8th position. This is a great race of the moment, mid-pack. So you're on board with Spangler. No Blake Chapman tonight as he's taking a shot in the road to pro. Chapman able to pull away. Spangler slides up in front of the 24. Meanwhile in front, DeGood takes away the 6th spot for Wilson. Oh! Tyler Wilson! Heavy crash and he takes out his teammate. What on earth happened to Wilson? That car shot up the banking like a cannon and like he had no brakes. First, Gambler Yellow is out. So he rode the wall in turns 1 and 2. That's what happened. Right front dangling. Oh my gosh. That was wicked. That just takes your breath away. Right on board. Again, that right front dangling. No controls. He tries to. Oh my goodness. Look at the ride on board. Man, that is probably the worst crash that I have seen personally all season long. So ends the long run, 13 laps in. We'll come back to green this time. Double file restart. We'll watch for the Chapman Racing drone. Back to green. Bandy holds serve. Schatzer in second. Landis down to third. Change for fourth. Barker has the position over Solis, but Zach Chapman may look to break into the top 5 of the line at Solis over the 72. As you get a great view of the drivers racing for positions all around. As Bandy is pulled away from Schatzer with a 7/10 of a second advantage. 3 wide. Short makes contact with the good. They're hooked. They get off each other luckily and stay green, but that was a close call between the 51 and the 7. Solis and Barker for a podium spot. The Brewerton Beast back into the 3rd position, but Solis, nice bite on turn 2. Low line the place to be in 1 and 2. High side the place to be in 3 and 4. That's been Solis' strategy all night. And they bang bumpers. Barker gave him the chrome horn at the line. It's to good. And Landis both sideways, but they save it, and then Shore hits to good again. And Taylor is sideways in front of Dittmer. Dittmer does a wheelie. Wilson on the binders. Everybody saves it. I don't know how. Zach Chapman, Isaac Solis for 3rd. Oh, Chapman with a wheel touch from Barker. Everybody hanging on. Oh, Barker upside down. Another gambler yellow. Yeah, that is a straight on upside down. That's as upside down as you can get to being on your top. It's a tough break. I would have loved to see Barker finish on the podium. That would have been pretty cool. Really good racing with Chapman. Bang wheels there, and then Chapman. Oh, Barker just touched the tire of Chapman. And up and over he goes. There's the first touch. Chapman slid up. There was the second touch. And that was a weird way for Barker to get up and over. So the quick repair. Hopefully he can get back out instantly. Staggered start here for the 49, but Bandy holds serve with 15 to go. Solis low for the 2nd spot on Superman. He can't get it to work just yet, but it's 3 wide now for the top spot. Schatzer's in the middle. Different grooves all around, but Bandy clears. Up the track goes Zach Chapman. He's down to 3rd, and Kyle Moonen. The Money King is up 10 spots from 14th to 4th. Gary Taylor has crashed. No caution. We stay green. Chapman in the wall once again. He may have a problem with that 72. He has been fading a lot. Down to the 6th position he goes. He's got company from DeGood, Landis, and Fry. Race is on for 3rd. That's Moonen for a podium spot. Throws the slide job on Solis. The 5 counters it back. Bandy built against Venom once again is Moonen. Gonna try and take a stance and step up for Steven Goldner possibly. I'm not too sure. We'll see. They're racing each other pretty well at the moment for 3rd. 10 laps to go at Limaland. Solis up the wall in 2. Moonen in the podium. Wow, it's Bandy with an 8.5 tenth lead, and Salas all the way low hits the tire. Moonen trying to pinch him down there. But it's 8 to go at the line for Jesse Bandy. Remember how close he came to winning in Renegades last season. He had some good cars at different points in the race, but just blew it in the final laps. Is tonight going to be the night for the man that started second? He's 7 laps away from winning his first Renegades race. DeGood and Salas race for a spot in the top 5, and the 5 takes it away. 6 laps to go. Vanderbilt, it's been so long, it's been forever since we saw a Vanderbilt car in victory lane. Landis lost a little bit of time. For last season, it was a tough time for the Vanderbilt team to adapt to the new dirt package. But they may have adapted to it now. You know, Goldner winning in Rebels, or nearly winning in Rebels, the best car there earlier tonight. Could be Vandy's time here in the Renegades. 1.4 second lead on Kurt Schatzer, and he's 3 laps away, but lap traffic to deal with. That's Taylor in 15th. The best racing happening in turn 2, Spangler and Musso, as well as Fry and Landis. Taylor should let Bandy go in turns 3 and 4. White flag is out, 1 to go for the Vanderbilt Master. In the sim seats, Hoskenfeld, Vanderbilt number 49 through 3 and 4. A first-time Renegades winner. His name is Jesse Bandy. Finally, Schatzer second, Moon in third, Zach Chapman fourth, Isaac Salas fifth. A great race all around. Kyle Moon in the hard charger up 11 spots from 14th to 3rd. The top 3 will pose on the podium, but it's Jesse Bandy that gets to stand on top tonight. We will get your top 3 on in momentarily. As we mentioned, Moon in the hard charger from 14th to 3rd. Just gotta wait on everybody else. While we were at it, gents, waiting for the other guys, that was a fun race.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. There was the top was there, the bottom was pretty much there still. I mean, you had to hit it perfect, but yeah, it was multi grooved, and I had fun.
There's a look at the top 10 finishers. Landis looked like he had a good car early on, then just started fading throughout the go. Nice rebound for Spangler after he lost the top wing. But the big hit of them all went to Tyler Wilson, finishing 17th. Jeff Barker also with a good car here as well. Let's begin with our 3rd place finisher, Kyle Moonen, up 11 spots to finish in 3rd. Kyle, how fun was that race tonight?
It was fun. Yeah, it was nice. I haven't been on in a couple months, and it was definitely nice to have a race, where we had quite a few green flag runs there. I was hoping for another caution, with about 10 to go. I don't think I would have had anything for Jesse. Might have been able to race with Kurt a little bit, but either way, it was good to come back.
With Bandy obviously getting his first win, I'm sure you're happy about that. But with Bandy winning, you finishing 3rd, Steven had a really good car in Rebels tonight. Is Bandy built back?
I think you'll be seeing more of us again for sure. So we'll all be back on a little bit more. I'm guessing with the weather getting colder and definitely starting to get this new build figured out. It was tough at first. So
Who do you want to give a shout out to?
just all the guys at Bandybuilt, you guys for the broadcast, and everyone that helps put on the league.
Alrighty, well, we will let you go. Great job tonight, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yep, we'll see you then. Thanks, Marty.
Let's go to our second place finisher in Kurt Schatzer. Kurt, after what happened in the final lap of Rebels, we won't go there. But a podium to fight back here in Renegades, I'm sure you'll take it.
Yeah, Marty, I appreciate that one. I'm glad to redeem myself there. Yeah, that was a hard blow there. I think I started like 23rd or something like that, and thought I was going to walk away with a nice second place podium, but that was all racing. But yeah, this was a good race here. I was just trying to hit my marks and stay smooth, and just try to get a decent finish there. Just kind of playing here with the points and seeing how far I can ride this Renegades deal out here close to the front as long as I can.
Absolutely. Well, a great run for you tonight. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Yeah, I got to thank Jay with Dirt Track Bank and everything they do to help racers all around the country. I got to thank the race team, Hammer Down Racing, Brandon Templeton, Brian Dickens, and Joe Halter. Got Your Six Racing Network, Coast to Coast, giving us a place to race. You, Marty, coming out and doing an awesome job on the broadcast every week for us. We all love watching it back, and just everybody that comes out and races.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Well done tonight, and looking forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you, Marty.
Now we go to Victory Lane, and I'm looking forward to this interview, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse Bandy, a first-time Renegades winner. Jesse, you had some good cars last season, but just couldn't find Victory Lane. Now you finally got the monkey off your back. How does it feel?
It feels good, man. It's good to get a win, and took some time off and just been working on some things, and it looks like it's paid off.
You looked dominant at the start on this high side. Why was it that even after you scraped the wall at one point that you were still able to lead over Terry at the line?
Oh, I think the momentum just carried me around the track on the high side there. Thankfully, I didn't appear to bend anything up on the car. It seemed to keep pretty straight. I don't know. I didn't think I hit it that hard, but maybe I did and just got lucky. Sometimes it's better be lucky than good.
That it definitely is. So I asked Kyle this question because, you know, Bandybuilt had really good runs tonight. It's been a while since we've seen the Bandybuilt team have great performances. Is Bandybuilt back? Kyle said we'll likely see a lot more from you guys.
Yeah, hopefully as winter comes on here, like I say, I took some time off myself, and hopefully Kyle will be back running some more. Steven will be around a little bit more. I don't think any of us are going to run the full remaining season, but be hit or miss in and out.
Next week, we go to Weedsport for the first time. How you feeling?
I don't mind Weedsport. It's a technical track, but I mean, I don't mind Weedsport. I like it.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Everybody over at Bandybuilt. Ross over at Velocity Race Designs did me a new skin here, and look good, feel good. Get a hold of Ross. He does good work. And Bio.com and Wagonman Brothers. Everybody on the car, and that's about it.
Well done tonight, man. Enjoy it. Congratulations. And I think that new scheme helped you too.
I appreciate it.
Jesse Bandy is finally a Renegades winner. And so, boys, let's come back on here as we get set to sign off. And as we do that, give me one moment here. I think I'm having some technical difficulties. There we go. I think we got things all figured out. And we do. All right, let's come back on with a little bit of Buddy time. And yes, Buddy's probably hiding somewhere.
That's brutal.
Yes, it is. But yes, we do miss Dean. Gentlemen, final thoughts on the night.
Excellent racing. It's just excellent racing, especially in the Renegades, even with half a field. I think both races were very entertaining. I'm very excited to go back and watch how much fun they were for all the fans, and yeah, I'm just happy to be back on a Monday.
Brandon, how about you?
Yeah, it was definitely good racing. I had a lot more fun watching it than I did racing in it, but yeah, I gotta get better somehow. But good job to Isaac, and good job to Bandy on getting his first Renegades win. And always remember that one.
Absolutely.
And yeah, gonna go try to get a GT3 win.
So we are going to sign off here on the broadcast for tonight. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing League, Oshewick Speedway, and all the fine drivers and sponsors, Roger Craig, Preston Kramer, and the talented group of admins, on behalf of my broadcast partners tonight, Isaac Solis and Brandon Dittmer, and Marty Scala signing off. Congrats to your winners tonight, Isaac Solis and Jesse Bandy. So long.